Now on our Sunrise Live, we're just months away from the start of the Summer Olympics in Tokyo, but the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing, they're already making headlines. Now, this story took off yesterday after a State Department official said the U.S. is considering having discussions around boycotting the Games. Now, it happened during a press briefing yesterday when a spokesman, Ned Price, said that the United States is consulting with allies in other countries to see if we'd boycott the Games in response to human rights violations happening in Beijing. Calls for a boycott have been driven by reported abuse against ethnic minorities in China, including Muslim Uyghurs. Deemed a genocide by human rights groups, China is denying all of these allegations. Now, in a tweet, Price emphasized that the United States hasn't made any decisions about going through with a 2022 boycott just yet. But according to CNBC, the State Department denied last night it was considering joining a boycott, saying in an email, our position on the 2022 Olympics has not changed. Now, the Winter Games are slated to run from February 4th to the 20th of next year, and organizers are already in the process of testing indoor venues across the Chinese capital city. Beijing will also be the first city to host both the Summer and Winter Olympics. But yeah, so right now, we don't really know what's going to happen, but it sounds like they're not going to be doing that.
Yeah, and you have to ask, does a boycott of an Olympic Games really change a country's stance on human rights?